See if I can adjust this to where it's... Hey, Mary. I don't think I'm going to get it straight tonight. My stand keeps moving. How's that? I think that's as good as it's going to get, and you can see all the extra stuff I have on my desk. All right, it is 6:31, so I'm only a minute late. This is Tuesday, so that means it's time for another episode of Tiger Stamp Club Live, where we make great cards. And I know I sent out in my email that I would be on Facebook and YouTube if everything went well. Well, everything did not go well. And so I'm only here on Facebook tonight, and that's just how it goes. Hi, Yvette. Hi, Carol. Oh, Carol, you actually did come. Hi, Jay. Glad to see everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. Hi, Kelly. And since I had to make a last minute change, all the information about the products I'm going to use and all my announcements, I had, electronically, so I don't have any of that printed out. So, let me see. Free shipping is the latest news, and it starts Wednesday, and it goes Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week only. And it is for orders $75 or more. You can get free shipping. So the cool thing about that is if you haven't already gotten the June product of the month, which is what I'm going to be using to make tonight's card, you can only get that if you place a $75 or more order. And then you can add the product of the month to your cart for $5. Now, this cute little stamp set that we're going to be using tonight is definitely worth the $5. So it could be a win-win if you were planning on spending that much money. And so let's see. That's the biggest announcement. There were others, Paper Pumpkin. Tomorrow's the last day to sign up for June's Paper Pumpkin, which is our monthly subscription kit. And there's a class coming up that uses the scenic something stamp set, that beautiful suite that is nautical. No sound, huh? No sound. My sound is turned all the way up. Can you hear me? Hey, Gloria. Okay, guys, Nancy says there's no sound, so I'm just wondering if anybody else can hear me. Oh, okay. Kelly can hear me. Yvette can hear me. All right, great. Maybe check the sound on your side, Nancy. I don't know. All right. So like I had to make this last minute switch to just doing Facebook, and I had it all set up on my software, which I'm going to have to try and find some different software. So I did make a post. Oh, thanks, Mary. She said she couldn't hear it first, but then she checked her volume and now she can hear it. She can hear. All right. So I did make a post of everything we're going to be using plus the measurements for tonight's card on our Facebook page. So you can check that out later if you intend to make a similar card. Now, I saw this one and I just enjoyed it so much. I thought it was so cute. It only uses this cute little koala bear. And but what is really cool about it is that the layers, you can see that we're using these stitched circle dies to cut an opening, and it gets smaller and smaller each time until you get down to the card base. And that's why I called it a telescoping card. And it doesn't really translate very well on screen, but it is popped up and there are layers. And that reminds me, I think I'm going to, when I get to putting this together, I think I'm going to use the adhesive strips instead of the Stampin' Dimensionals, and I think that might get a little bit more dimension. But let's talk about what we are using tonight. Let me set this right here. And this is June's product of the month, and it is a stamp set. And it has 14 stamps. It's a mixture of images and sentiments, which is the perfect kind of stamp set because you have everything you need to make a card. And these little critters here just caught my eye. And I just had to have them. And then the sentiments, you can make a birthday card, a thank you card, which is what we're going to do today, a hi friend card, sending love, or just a little note. And then you've got this Highland cow, this snail, this koala, and this penguin. And then you've got this leaf branch, a present, I guess that's a party hat, maybe, and a heart, and then this little squiggly design. So very, very fun, and it's only $5 if you're going to be spending a $75 or more order anyway. So I highly recommend getting it if you can. And then to create all our fun openings and our sentiment strip, we're going to be using my favorite, stylish shapes. It's just so useful. You've got layering squares, you've got layering circles, and you've got layering sentiment strips. So we're going to be using those tonight. And then to make everything pretty, we're going to be using this designer series paper called Valley in Bloom. And so what I found out about this is you only get 2 sheets of each design, and then a front and a back. Sometimes you get 4 sheets, but on this set you get 2. So here you've got all these lilies of the valley all over, and then on the back side is this yellow print. It's like a diamond print. And then you have this green leafy pattern, and on the back is this yellow floral pattern, small repeating flowers. And then this is one of the pages that we're using for our background. So I cut this from the corner. I cut on my DSP piece from the corner right here, or it could have been right here, and that's how I got my front DSP piece right there. And then on the back is this another repeating diamond shape. The diamond is very faint. So on most of our DSP sets, you have a themed side and then a more muted or all everyday useful side. So again, and then for tonight's card, here is the other page that I'm using because I messed up a couple of times while putting this together. So I had to come over here to this card, which is, pretty similar. And then on the back is this checked or striped pattern. And then I think the last one is a diamond, another repeating diamond. And on the back is this, oh no, we've got two more. Watercolor green. Isn't that pretty? Oh, we got more than two. Oh no, this is the last one. And then some more lilies of the valley, just a smaller pattern. And then on the back is this blue checked pattern. So really, really pretty and interesting DSP set. Let me get it out of my way. And I thought we would start today. Hi, Denise. Hi, Leah. Hi, Nancy. Yay, you can hear now. So I'm bringing over some scraps, and we're going to start by stamping today. And I am going to start by bringing over my early espresso ink pad. And this stamp says, "Thank you for all you do." So here's how we did it on our card. We put the thank you up here, and then we did the "for all you do" down here. So we separated the two sentiments. And so to do that, I'm going to do the "for all you do" first. I'm going to take my ink pad, and I'm very carefully going to just ink up the "for all you do" on this stamp. And I'm using the edge of that ink pad as my guide. And since my my stamp is photopolymer, it makes it easier to do this. Of course, you can get some tape and tape over the thank you if you're worried about not being able to keep the ink off the other part of the stamp. And then I'm going to make sure that the do is a little closer to the end because then we're going to die cut this. And I'm making sure that my paper is straight, and then when I stamp, I'm hoping to make sure that my stamp is straight. There you go. I got it a little bit further away from the edge than I needed, but that's okay. I can always trim that. All right, that's the sentiment. And then we are going to stamp our cute little, you can see that I'm just using scraps to do the stamping because unfortunately this stamp set, this product of the month, does not have corresponding dies, so this will cause some fussy cutting, and I know that causes some emotion for some of you. So just start processing that emotion right now. Put all that emotion in a bubble, and then just blow it away. I love how that stamp set, how crisp and clean that stamps. And then I am going to stamp 4 sets of this leafy branch. Hi, Susan. I know, Carol. You're not a lover of the fussy cutting. You know, there's something about so satisfying about using up scraps like this. Keeping these around for when you can use them up. It just is so satisfying to me. Oh, Janice loves fussy cutting, she says. All right, let me get that out of my way as well. And then for these, I have pulled over my Granny Apple Green Blends markers, okay? Now, on my on my example card, I just used the lighter color because this is so small, you can't really blend. But then I was thinking about it. Let me see, do I have those? Here they are, fussy cut and colored. And what I decided to do on these, when I colored these for you guys, is I colored some of the leaves in the lighter color and some of the leaves in the darker color. I didn't blend at all. I just picked different leaves and did different colors, and it kind of gives that effect of have the variation in color. And I like that a lot better, even though this is just a really small element on our card. I still think it makes a difference. Again, I'm going to use my underwear analogy. You know how your mom always says, make sure you have on good underwear in case you get in a car accident. So you guys know that you put in the extra effort on that. And so that's what I did. And now on this guy, I have, I'm going to be using my light crumb cake and my dark crumb cake, and then one of my flesh colored markers, the SU 300, and then maybe the SU 100, which is really dark. Okay, and so I am, well, definitely, because, yeah, I think that's what I color his nose with. But I'm going to start with my light crumb cake. And I'm just going to color everything, because we will be doing some blending on this. And I love how these alcohol markers just make quick work of coloring. Hey, Patricia, glad you joined us. So I always start with my lightest color first, and then I go back in and add the darker tones and then blend. Okay, you see how quickly that was to cover that whole, I didn't cover his nose, but that is light crumb cake. And now we're going to come in with some dark crumb cake. And we're going to just keep layering on some color here. So, and then I'm gonna make sure I follow the artwork of where I think the darker areas will be. And then I'm going to come back with my light and kind of blend that color around. I need the brush end. Just kind of move the color around until it starts to blend. Color right over those dark areas. Push it around. And you get the neatest variation in color the more you do that. Now, let's see. Actually, I do not remember. Yeah, I think I'm just going to add a third level of darkness here, just a little bit. And then I go back with my lightest color again. Blend that around. And then your colored image is not flat because it's got this, like I said, variation in depth of color, even though it's all brown, brown, brown. Especially after it dries, you can tell there's areas of light, there's areas of dark. Now I'm just going to color in his nose. All right, that's good. And then, of course, you're going to fussy cut him out. So, oh, dang it. My plan was to do that on this that I'd already fussy cut it out. But fussy cutted, that I know that's incorrect. Let me grab my scissors. We'll make quick work of cutting out this little guy. I just think they did a good job of on the cute level of these little critters. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes the critters are not that cute. But I thought these were extra cute. I'm sure she would, Carol. Sorry, guys, I can't talk a whole lot when I'm concentrating on fussy cutting. Getting a little wild right here. All right. See, that didn't take that long. All right, there's our little guy there. Now, all our little pieces, I believe, are ready for us because, of course, on this one, don't I? Don't I? Yes. I've already got it die cut. I was going to show you what I did. So, here, let me trim it real quick. Just needs to be a little bit closer to the edge there. And so when I ran this through the embossing machine, I let this side extend off so that this edge of the sentiment would be flat. And then I die cut it like that. And so you get this little flag down here for your sentiment. That's how that worked. All right, so everything's ready as far as stamping. Well, not everything's ready for stamping. Got one more stamp to do, but we can't do that just yet. So I am going to bring over my DSP. So now this is that panel I cut from the DSP that I told you about. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over the next layer, which is a basic beige. And what I did was I lined those up just like that. To cut out the DSP layer, I used the largest stylish shaped circle. And so I'm going to use the next one to die cut out of the basic beige. And what I did was I just lined it up like that until it was even all the way around, and then ran that through my cut and emboss machine. And when I did that, I got this. And so that can layer on like that. But before I adhere that, I've got to do a crumb cake layer. So that goes with that. That goes with that. My crumb cake layer gets the next smallest one down. I'm going to use this as a guide. Fit this in here. Run that through. Make sure it's all even. If you need to tape it, you can tape it. Run that through. And then you will get this guy. All right, and then you do it one more time on the early espresso layer. Line those up. Get the next smallest, or the next one down. Line that up, run that through, and you get this guy. All right, so that's how that worked. Okay, now we're ready to put these together. Let me get these out of the way. I'm going to grab my adhesive strips over here. Because I think these are just a bit thicker than our Stampin' Dimensionals, and I think that's going to make it pop up a little bit more. Now, I can adhere number 1 onto number 2 because there's nothing. Now don't do where's my mistake? Do I have my mistake here close? What did I do with it? I was going to show you my mistake. I'll find it. I forgot, and I adhered all the layers together, and I forgot that I needed to pop them up. All right, so, but I do not need to pop the DSP layer up on top of the next one down. So I can go ahead and, if this will cooperate, come on out. Now this one goes on to basic beige. Now I forgot the designer's name that I am casing tonight, but I did notice that her lilies of the valley were pointed in the not right direction. Let me see if I can get this on here straight. Come on, Manny. So I was like, someone's going to notice that tonight. So I made sure my DSP had my flowers go in the right direction. Let's see if that's close. Yes, that's close. There we go. All right. Now, on this card, on this layer, we've got our koala bear and a leaf that are poking out from behind this basic beige layer. So, first of all, I need to I take pity on you for jumping up and doing your embossing and die cutting. I share your emotional distress when it comes to fussy cutting. What we're going to do is we're going to follow these art lines for his front paws. And we're going to cut those loose, and they are going to hang over, give him something to hang on our card. I found I did have to kind of bend this middle piece backwards to kind of get it out of the way. And of course, there we go. All right, so he is, let me fit him in here so you can get an idea of what's happening. He's going to fit in like this. Oh, you know what? I think I had decided that I needed to work, I worked front to back cutting the holes out, but I think I need to work back to front on assembling these. So before I get too crazy with that, let's go to my back layer. And then this is my card front, basic white, just your standard card size. And then this is going to layer on as a matte, standard matte, 4 by 5 1/4. Oh, here's my mistake where I layered everything flat. Then I had no room to slip anything in between the layers. And that's using one piece of that DSP. And there's only 4 corners in the whole, on that whole page. So that's why I had to go to a second one that looked like it. Because, yeah, I made a couple of mistakes. All right. I believe that's right. Because the next one up is this one, right? I'm just going to make sure that this is, yeah, that's right. Because I don't want to put it the wrong direction. And this one is flat too, as well. So I'm not popping it up yet. I mean, I'm not popping it up at all. And then I'm going to get this stamp again. Hold, let me clean it off real quick. I don't want any residual ink where I don't want any to be. And then we're going to do that same trick, but this time we're going to ink up just the thank you. Okay, again, I am just using the edge of my ink pad as the guide. I'm just going to have to not press very hard because this is where it gets dangerous because I know I've got extra ink on there. So if I don't press too hard, it should be fine. Because this is my card base. Yay! I was really worried. Of course, when I was off camera, I did not get any extra ink on there, but that's good. All right. So my next layer is this. I think I need to change my blade on my trimmer because I'm getting these little ragged edges that I have to clean up. And I never remember to do it until I'm live with you guys again. All right, so this is going to layer here. Let me go ahead and bring over my adhesive strip. Well, actually, this is going to layer here, and then I've got this leaf that needs to come in this direction like this, but I've got to be careful not to cover up my sentiment. So let me get it in place. So right about there would be great. All right, so I'm going to try and do that. Put a little ink right here. I mean, not ink, glue. Glue on the top there. Let's check it out again. Okay. This is why I need to build from the back going forward. All because of that sentiment right there. There, that works. That works right like that. And then we have one leaf coming up like this. So I'm going to put some ink on the bottom here. That works. All right, so now I can pop this up with my adhesive strips. So I'm just going to take one of these. And first of all, I'm just going to go around this opening. And since I'm not making a shaker card or anything, I don't have to close it up neatly. No one's going to see this backside. And then I am going to go around the edge. It's wanting to stick to me. All right, let's remove the backings. I think I'm going to really like it being popped up just a bit higher than our normal dimensionals. All right, that layer is committed. Now we have this layer, the beige layer, and we need to assemble leaves and bear, okay? So let's do, so I'm going to position this. And then this leaf is going to come down like this. Again, just trying to make sure that it doesn't cover up the sentiment. This one's not going to. That looks good just like that. So I'm going to add some glue across them. I think that's the right one. Yeah. Get it started here. Yep, that'll work. So there's that leaf. And then we've got another leaf coming this way. And I just need to make sure there's enough room for my bear. Oh, wrong end. Maybe it needs. Yeah, I put these pretty much in the same position, so they're kind of competing with each other, but I think that'll be fine because I really want to make sure my bear has enough room. So let's go ahead and put him on. Tuck his ear in front. Oh, he's got plenty of room. Let's make sure he doesn't cover up that thank you. Perfect. Okay, so let's see. I need some glue on the front of these hindquarters. On this ear. Yep. Okay. And one more time for the adhesive strips. So this may turn out to be a little bit bulky in the envelope because it's a couple of popped up layers. So just be aware of that. I'll find out when I try and mail it to whoever wins. Isn't it cute, Mary? I'm just hoping we can see the the difference in dimension by using these strips. I don't think I'm going to go around the whole circle on this one. Just put some strategically around. I think that will do. Let's remove these backings. I think that's it. All right. Make sure my card is straight. Come on. Oh yeah, this has really popped up. I really like it better. You can see the different levels there. This has really popped up. I really like that. Yeah, because now it has depth going into the card like that. All right, now let's put on our sentiment. Let me get rid of this spaghetti here. I'm just going to use regular dimensionals for this. And since all I have is minis, that's what's going to happen. All I have close is minis that I know of. I could have several. I thought I did have, but thank you for all you do. It is just a wow of a card, really, because of all the different layers there. Now, I did on my card, they had that, that squiggly design, so I did that just to bring some green on the inside of the card. I just stamped this design. I really don't know how it goes with the rest of this stuff, but those artsy people know better than I do. So I just added that to the inside. You could add a detailed note here or just a signature here. And then look at that card. Is that not something else? out of a simple little stamp set, we've made this really wow card. Now, you guys remember, if you've commented during tonight's live, then your name goes into a drawing to win this card. And if you shared tonight's video, then your name will go in twice. You just have to comment on Facebook that you have shared, and then I'll put your name in twice. You guys like this one? Isn't it fun? And just think, I mean, my favorite character of this whole set is the cow. Just wait till I find a really good cow card. I really, really do like this card, and someone's going to win it here in just a few minutes. So I am going to clean up, and I am going to go through the comments, answer any questions that you might have, and we will find out a winner for tonight's card using this Wild Bunch stamp set that is only $5 little when you spend $75. Let's put it like this. So that's the cute card for today. And remember that, oh yes, I have a card class at the end of the month. And there are, let me look. I think there might be 4 slots still available. So if you would like to come to card class and haven't let me know yet, please. A heated coo. And haven't let me know, please do, and I'll save you a spot. All right, now it's your turn to make a card, y'all, and send it to somebody. Make them smile, make their day, make them feel loved. And I will see you next time for another great card. Thanks for being here, guys. Bye.